Denver Broncos Mile High View. No commercials, no bullshit. The authority on your Walmart Generals. All right, so we got to address all the Kool-Aid that's come out of the Kool-Aid factory. Yet again, another overhype. The quarterback, another quarterback splash. Same draft as always. But I first want to address people that are claiming to have a, they've went far in the NFL system or college system. They played at a high level, coached at a high level. When you come on here and start saying that Bucket Man has to prove this, Bucket Man has to prove that, I'm going to stop you right in your tracks. For those who are actually with the NFL and actually with the college, the high, all this nonsense, you guys are spewing about how you guys, the high level this and high level that. You need to, he's already proven. We have video online that's been up. It's aged very well. And you are the people that have to do the proving. Where is your videos? Where is you? You've been wrong for 8-9 years. Okay, all those that attach themselves to this bad product. Okay, and coming on here defending this bad product called the Walmart Generals, formerly known as the Denver Broncos. You're the ones that have something to prove. Our videos are out there. Bucket Man's videos, if they're not being taken down because they're so accurate, the ones that have been left up, our videos that have been left up are very accurate. We never took anything down. Did we make a couple of mistakes here or there? Yeah, but it's minute. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows our track record. So don't come on here if you're with the NFL, you're with college ranks, claiming you have this, that, in the third, and you're qualified. You have to show us your track record. You've been wrong for 8-9 years. So I don't want to hear it. I'm done with you. And you should be even more embarrassed if you're actually been playing at a high level, been coaching at a high level, and you hit your wagon to this Walmart General crap. So what we're going to talk about this time is all the propaganda coming out like it always does. A new batch of Kool-Aid came out. And the latest Kool-Aid that everybody's supposed to drink from. And I just got to ask, too, how come we're not seeing this with the Colts, Atlanta? We're not seeing this with the Patriots. We're not seeing all the, I'm not seeing them coming out with all this propaganda. It's always the Walmart Generals. We're always supposed to, you'll see this is Jerry G. He's going to break out this. The rest of the NFL is so done with this nonsense, listening to this nonsense. And I would think the real Bronco fans, I think really the real Bronco fans are totally turned off and totally fed up that we're being sold another bill of goods, because that's all they can do. I don't see anybody else around the NFL selling all this Kool-Aid, trying to get everybody to drink another batch of Kool-Aid. And again, if I hear that you played at a high level, you're with the NFL and all this shit, yet your track record sucks, why you are employed is if the Walmart Generals, I just got to see this too. Just name me a job. I played at a high level. I've been with the NFL and you're attached to the front office of the Denver Broncos. How is it you can suck at a job for 8-9 years and still have a job? Where, on what planet? I'm not even in the NFL. I've seen this. But everybody still in that front office that gives us edges, corners, receivers, and a splash quarterback move. I'm done with it. You guys have the same culture. Nothing has changed. Nothing. And you're expecting to see changes. So the latest propaganda to come out, and I'm going to let you go off on all this too. I'm going to sneeze here in a second. Is that Bo Nix is Drew Brees? He's already Drew Brees. He's Okay, excuse me. A little COVID's there.
There you go.
So yes, he's going to mold him into a Drew Brees. And what did you say to me about this propaganda machine? What would happen if just go through it again? What if we were any other team with this propaganda crap around our necks? What would you hear?
Well, even if we had the most revered head coaches in the league, like Andy Reid, if we had Bill Belichick, if we had Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, so on and so Mike Shanahan, so on and so forth, Bo Nix would be with Andy Reid. He'd be the next Patrick Mahomes. Bill Belichick, Bo Nix would be the next Tom Brady. Mike Shanahan, Bo Nix would be the next Jay Cutler, Mike Shanahan. Sean McVay, if he was here, Bo Nix would be the next Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. Like we would get the same propaganda like we're getting with Sean Payton. Oh,
you'll see. I've been teaching. I've been coaching at a high level. You'll see. Like we've seen every year.
Yeah, like we see it every year, and you hit the nail on the head. It's what's really changed with this organization. I mean, you still have the same front office that's been in there since 2017. You can go to denverbroncos.com and go to team management, and you still see Patrick Walsh, the nephew of John Elway. You see Daryl Moogie, Brian Stark. The list goes on and on and on and on. We've done a video about that this past summer. Me, and Bubbleman did a whole video on this, and we provided factual information on that. So, again, what has really changed? The draft was a perfect John Elway draft. You got the splash quarterback. Oh, my God, he's the next Drew Brees. Yeah, he's going to an organization that doesn't develop anybody. I would have felt more comfortable with this pick if Bo Nix was actually going to an already established player development organization rather to an organization formerly known as the Denver Broncos, known as the Walmart Generals now, going to an organization that doesn't draft or doesn't develop anybody.
What are they going to do with him? What do you tell me? You know what they're going to do with him. You know what they're going to do with him.
They're going to do exactly. I mean, first off, his tombstone is already implanted behind a power field at Mile High. First and foremost, they're going to do what they did with Russell Wilson, with Drew Lock, with Case Keenum, with Joe Flacco, with Jeff Driscoll, with Trevor Siemian, with Paxton Lynch. He is going to fall in the same boat as those former quarterbacks. He's going to be killed in Denver. And then you people that are on our channel and saying, well, it's going to be different. You people are going to be the very first people to run him out of town.
Very first people to run him out of town because they're going to want to tank for
Sanders.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Tank for Sanders. We never won.
Or Sanders.
Yeah, he said it now. Bookmark it, Mr. I played at a high level. Go. Yeah, try to have the track record of that man right there. Then I'll listen to you. But you suck. You're wrong. Time after time, year after year, every time a brand new propaganda piece of Kool-Aid comes out that we all have to drink, you're wrong. But this guy, he has the track record, proves it. He's been right along. And I'm going to say right now, it's going to be, we never wanted Bo Nix. We're going to tank for Sanders. Maybe that's what I'll make with the video. Tank for Sanders. Get it out there. Or just get it out there already.
Tank for Shadir Sanders. Or it could be Arch Manning the following year. Could be one of the two.
Yeah, just tank. Yeah, tank. Yeah, we never wanted Bo Nix anyway.
No. They're already setting that up with the pro comparisons and all that stuff. They're getting ahead of it. So what they're doing. Well, that's why they're saying that he's the next Drew Brees. I sent you something earlier about DMVR. Oh, Drew Brees. They bring on their expert. Talking about all this, that, and the third. It's like, man, just this listening to that, I'm like, you really call yourself experts on this? I mean, Lord.
Who've been wrong for 9 years. they're so expert. Yeah, you can't make it up.
You can't.
So when we looked at Bo Nix, I have to admit, in front of the cameras, in front of everybody, yes, I've had a limited sample size, but in the limited sample size I have seen, this guy in no way, in any way, reminds me of Drew Brees. in any way. If anything, he reminds me, from what I've seen, just what my eyeballs. I'm not looking at highlight reels. I'm watching film the way you would preparing for a game. What I am seeing is a guy that looks more like Russell Wilson by far than he does Drew Brees. Holds on to the ball too long, predetermined throwing, bringing the ball down, bailing out of the pocket, lots of that kind of stuff.
Abandoning easy reads that he should be completing.
Yes. So instead of developing him, and they all know this stuff, and instead of, no, I'm saying the front office, they know this stuff. So what do? They come out and they make documentaries, right, about Bo Nix. Oh my God, grit. Yeah, oh my, you think it was the NFL Network did this? We all know who produced these videos. Plus, they paid a bunch of outside content creators. Go ahead.
No, to bring up that point with the documentary, I don't see the Bears doing it with Caleb Williams. I don't see the Patriots doing it with Drake May. I don't see the Commanders doing it with Jaden Daniels. I don't see the Falcons doing it with Michael Penix. And I certainly don't see them doing it with J.J. McCarthy up there in Minnesota, who I think is in a much better situation than Bo Nix is in Denver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
you want to. So we're putting out these documentaries to they're trying to sell the fans, and most of the fans aren't buying it anymore. They're not.
No.
The only people that are buying it is the Walmart General fans and the so-called I played at a high level experts.
I played at a high level. Oh yeah.
I played at the high level experts that you are. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, and I believe them. I believe it. But you have to explain to me why you suck. Why is it you are wrong every fucking year? I would be so embarrassed to come out and say that. But go ahead.
No, yeah, I would be embarrassed as well.
And your videos are up. You haven't taken them down. They've aged very well. This is so comical.
Absolutely. And you know what? There's still people out there. Well, you showed the Auburn film. I want to clarify that, and I want to explain why I did the Auburn film yet again. This is why I know people didn't watch our last video we did together, because I explained it in that video. So let me explain it again to your, Walmart headed brains. I did the Auburn film to show you where he's going to in the NFL. The Auburn film is where he's going to with the Denver Broncos. He's not going to an Oregon. He's not going to an Alabama. He's not going to Kansas City Chiefs. He's not going to the Eagles. He's not going to the Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers. He's not going to that. He's going to an Auburn-like organization with the Walmart Generals. That's why I showed that film, because that is what they're not telling you. And also what they are not telling you is that exact reason. They're not telling you that, he's going to an Oregon team. They're not telling you that. They are avoiding that. They're avoiding, hey, he's not going to an Oregon team that had who had the best center in college football, who had a better surrounding cast, who had better coaches, because Oregon is actually into player development, unlike Auburn. That's why Auburn has sucked for how many years now, since they won a national championship, because they've abandoned the tradition of Auburn, which is player development. But that's beside the point. The point is, Bo Nix, the player, the quarterback, okay, the quarterback. He's going to, and I said this at the very beginning, I would have felt better if Bo Nix went to an organization that actually coveted player development. But he's going to an organization that doesn't know what system they're going to run, 5 wide receiver sets, go ball. And he's going to an organization that does not care about player development. That is the point I was trying to make in my Bo Nix film breakdown. That wasn't cherry-picked plays. They were series after series after series that I show when I do my film breakdowns, unlike these other people that do highlight reels and cherry-pick their plays. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say that when you show that, what you're hearing from the Kool-Aid factory right now is, it's going to be quick, dink and dunk. No, no, it's not going to be bubble screens or screens. It's not going to be dinking and dunking and getting rid of the ball fast. It's going to be 4 or 5 receiver sets. Sprinkled in a little bit of Sean Payton. We saw it the last 3 games with Stidham. This front office cannot help itself. And when they get Bo Nix killed, because they really don't give a shit about the offensive line in a real sense, except giving it lip service, because it just has to be good enough. It just has to be good enough. That's just good enough. That's all, just good enough. And once, he's under duress, which I don't think he was really even out. The thing with Oregon that stuck out, he wasn't really under duress, and he still pulled his Russell Wilson crap. So when they finally figure it out during the season, okay, we are getting ahead of the game by saying tank for whoever it is. It was Sanders, whatever.
Or Sanders.
Who?
Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur?
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders. Okay.
Yeah. Quarterback for Colorado, Deion Sanders' son.
Yes. And Deion doesn't have to go too far.
Nope.
Deion is probably sitting up with John Elway up in the front office, telling Peyton that, don't worry about it. Just let Bo Nix, we'll get rid of him. Well, we can get rid of him. Don't worry. We'll get rid of him. When my son, we'll see how my son does. Maybe we'll give him another year and CU. But it seems like Deion Sanders wants his kid out next year is what it sounded like to me. He was twittering, or he was on the tweet sphere with Jerry Jones.
Of course he was. So to the reason why we are getting ahead of this, as per usual, because our track record speaks for itself. The reason why we're getting ahead of it is because I know you people that are coming on here during your off-season Warriors time, coming on here saying that we're going to show you guys will nowhere to be seen, and you guys will go hide under your rock that you usually live in. So
I know what they'll do is that they won't show up here, but what they'll do is they'll get on
they'll go to other platforms and say that we never said that.
Well, we never said that. We never wanted Bo Nix.
Yep.
Tank for Sanders. Tank for the guy in Georgia. What did you say his name was?
Yeah, Carson Beck. Tank for Arch Manning in Texas. That's what they're gonna
do. We never wanted Bo Nix, and we've been through this for 8 seasons now.
Yep.
They come pounding their as soon as the Kool-Aid comes out of the factory, the big splash move, all the empty promises, the films, the videos produced by like the Walmart generals that nobody else produces for their quarterback, but they have to because they spend more money in propaganda than they do actually putting a team together with it. And that's what pisses us off. But we, I guess like that movie, They Live, you got the glasses and can see. I guess we can see, the rest of the dopes can't see. So, we keep calling it out. Then they come and then they're wrong. And then, wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah. And, there's a reason why they went after a receiver with their second pick. I mean, in the third round, beginning of the third round, there's a reason.
Lightning fast.
But when I show him on the film breakdown at Oregon, he looks like he's jogging out there, looks like Jerry Jeudy-esque. He can't run routes. His separation ability is atrocious. How he gets off, the line is ridiculous. I mean, this guy sucks.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. The film shows it, but don't believe your lying eyes.
Yeah, just show me the RAS score and the Pro Football Focus stats and statistics and analytics.
That's all you need. That's what, it's lazy fan. You want to be a lazy Walmart General fan, just tune in to the latest PFF, to the latest promise, the latest Kool-Aid being poured.
Yep. And then this man, Child Delivered, did a film breakdown on, actually series after series against Adams Drain, who looks like Justin Simmons out there playing 10, 15 yards off. You know who he reminds me of? LaShawn Austin. That's who he reminds me of. You remember when we signed him and his agent came after me and said, "You don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, this playing 10, 20
another
yards
guy
off.
that disappeared because he's a dumbass. Doesn't know what, when we contacted him back, said, "Where are you now?" What did he do? He hid, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to some other country.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the agent.
I know. That's he went to
Yeah.
some other country. I don't know where he went. Did he
Yeah,
disappear?
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Incognito? Like, where'd he go?
Yeah. That's what happens to these people. Gregory's agent got after us. He evaporated.
I
So
mean, that
I just want to say there's nobody in on YouTube, first of all, that even comes close to our track record. Not even close to our track. We got what? We get, you said what, on a big day we get what, 2.3K views or some dumb shit like that.
that's rare. That's rare now.
Yeah, and I don't believe these people are getting 25K views because
No.
I know
Bought, paid for subscriptions.
they're bought and paid for views and subscriptions. I know out there. But the thing is how could two guys living in their parents' basement, how could these two guys have a track record that we send agents for these players back with their tails between their legs, so-called NFL people that have these credentials, right, with their tail in between because they don't come back. What happened with this whole thing with Russell Wilson? I'm going to have to keep repeating this. They all said, "Oh, you guys don't know anything. Oh, you're the dumbest people on YouTube." Everybody said how that Russell Wilson deal was going to work. Go look at our track record. Look what we said that they said we were so stupid.
Look what we said at the very beginning, the very day when they traded for Wilson. We said he was
what I'm talking about. Yeah. We said this is going to work.
2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
And it wasn't that we were saying it. We were showing the film saying this is why. It
wasn't because we showed the film. We looked at the whole entire organization formerly known as the Denver Broncos. And
we looked at Wilson too.
We knew Russell Wilson was walking in with his legs already chopped off. His head already chopped off. It was done. We were foreshadowing what was going to happen. Once they gave him that big deal, we were like, oh my God, what have we said time and time? It's going to get worse before it gets better. I don't know when it's going to get better because I think this ownership is very inept and they've adopted the John Elway front office and Joe Ellis front office. I mean, you would think as a new ownership, you would clear it out. I mean, that's what the Commanders did.
I thought they would be smart enough to do that.
No, they weren't smart enough.
Yeah. You want to talk about a guy with a track record? All you morons that, for whatever reason, you still have a job at that front office, which is like perplexing, to say the least. This guy said that ownership group is not going to have a clue, and my God, you got it right. I thought, well, I'm basing it off of what all these owners do when they come into any new corporate. They clear everybody out, but no, not these guys. No. You got that right. I didn't even get that right. You got that right. So to sit here to say you got to prove something, go and watch our videos being proven right time after time after time again. So back to the Russell Wilson thing. So then all those people, all those experts and credentialed people, oh my God, you don't know what you're talking about. They all evaporated. None of them wanted to come and answer our questions. Why did you get it wrong? How come you're so credentialed? Why did you get it wrong? How in the world did you get it wrong? You're so credentialed. But we got it right. Two people in their parents' basement, right? But we got it right. Then came Sean Payton. Oh, he took the bribe. Whoa, no, they're knocking down the door to come to. No, they're not. Harbaugh didn't want to come here. They couldn't get the guy that went to the Texans here, but they were really after Harbaugh. And he's like, well, you got to get rid of that front office. I'm sure that's what he said, because what did they do?
Well, that's what they did with the Chargers. They cleared out their front office.
They cleared out their bring in the new. That's the only way to bring in a new culture.
They
give it lip service.
They cleared out the front office with the Chargers. They went out and got a guy from Baltimore who was the right-hand man to the GM over there in terms of director of scouting, player personnel, and he understands what he's doing. So they bring him, insert him with the Chargers. They bring over Jim Harbaugh. They also bring over Greg Roman as their offensive coordinator. Now they have an identity, what they want to do offensively. Then what did they do in free agency? They weren't big spenders in free agency. They went out. They actually got rid of their top two receivers.
Yeah.
And you know what they did? They reinvested on their offensive defensive lines.
Oh,
In
no, we
in
can't
the
have that.
draft, they got my top prospect in Joe Alt at the right
Wait,
tackle.
wait. Joe Alt, does he fit the system?
Yes.
Okay, wait. You mean they didn't go get tackles that don't fit the system and
Yep,
overpay them?
You remember, this is, again, my track record. Do you remember when I said I wanted Rashawn Slater over Patrick Surtain? Yeah. Rashawn Slater is a top 8 left tackle. I would say top 5. He has to play this year. Top 5 left tackle, and then you get Joe Alt on the other side. You have 2 bookend tackles that fit.
Real ones, not Garrett Holds and freaking McFlinchy.
Yeah. You don't have McFlinchy or Garrett Holds, who are overrated as hell. And then you went out and you got running backs that fit you went out and got physical running. You know what they're going to do to Denver? They are going to pound the rock against this offense or defensive line against Denver.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what?
Where are they going to where are they going to attack that line, that defensive line? Because they got a guy now. They went out and got this beast. He's no beast. Who on film gives up the run real easy. Right?
Yeah,
but
right.
They didn't want to talk about how his run stopping was, did they?
Oh, yeah, John Franklin Myers, yeah.
And the other one too.
I mean, the Broncos are infatuated with 4-3 undersized edge rushers. I mean,
okay. What's the track record on these 4-3 edge guys? What's that track record look like over 8-9 years?
I'm still waiting on the Nick Burrito, Baron Browning,
experiment.
Yeah, experiment.
Yeah, they finally figured out the way you use Nick Burrito is you got to bounce him around and throw in a pass. A rush. You have to overstack and then rush.
It's not that you overstack. You have to run multi-dimensional blitz packages that
Yes.
But to circle back to the Chargers here for a minute, now you bringing up Harbaugh, they went out also and got my top linebacker in the draft, and Junior Colson, who played for Harbaugh at Michigan. Now he's going to be a middle linebacker in that 3-4 system. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying they covet the middle linebacking?
They do. He coveted it at Michigan.
Oh, man. Who was always saying the...
Well, also, who else covet... Again, we talk about this ownership, Sean Payton, culture. Where did that Ravens guy come from? He came from the Ravens, right? Who covets defensive line and coverage linebackers with Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen.
Yeah, why would you in this era of football? Why would you covet coverage linebackers? I wonder why.
Because everything is predicated in the middle of the field these days.
Yeah, but we got a front office there that has it, and then coaching that maybe the coaching does, and there's a disconnect there in that. For 9 years, they haven't been able to figure that out. Every good team that's out there contenders, not pretenders.
Well, they're consistently going deep into the playoffs. That's what we want. I want a team that consistently goes deep into the playoffs. You're
not doing with this group.
You're not going to get that. But when I just want to clarify, when I want Denver to go back to what it used to be when they were consistently being feared across the NFL. Every year. And did you hear that? I also want to bring up something after I bring this up.
Okay. Okay.
Every team in the NFL has the Denver Broncos circled on their schedule because, number one, they can experiment. Number two, they want to kick their ass because they run their shit during the offseason.
I think the experimentation is a big one. I think that they know they can work on their all their B plays. They can work on, and it's almost like a scrimmage, really. They circle it because it's a scrimmage. They can work on the plays they've been working on. Because they know with this defense, this paper tiger defense, when they need to score, this goes all the way back 2 seasons ago, like the Ravens, the guy with the
with the Colts.
Well, in the Colts, yes.
Yes.
I'm just saying, even throwing a lollipop to Justin Simmons, they still went back on Justin Simmons and scored the winning touchdown.
I know. And by the way, has Justin Simmons been signed yet by any team in the
No,
NFL?
because the idiots, those losers in the front office of the Denver Broncos, will probably pick him up because
I
everybody
know.
else watches film and they know better to pay for an overpaid goalie for Manchester United.
So this is a report's going around, and Bubble Man had me, look it up, and it's a report that week 1 game for the I'm hearing the week 1 game is going to be the Steelers versus the Broncos.
Well, why wouldn't it be?
I mean, I hope that's the case because
I hope it's in Pittsburgh.
I hope, and if it's nationally televised,
they'll hate us.
Yeah. You know what? You don't think Russell Wilson is want to come out for blood against the Walmart Generals?
I don't know. I got a take on that.
Go ahead.
I don't think he ever wanted to go to Denver. They gave him
we said that. He wanted to go to he was Denver on the team on his list that he wanted to go to. No.
Are you at the press conference? Are you sure this is what you want?
I know. Has that not aged well at all? That has
oh my God. And then
well, dude.
And then he gets $250 million. It's probably like, yeah, they're paying me. How upset can I possibly be? And they got rid of me before my contract. Maybe he's over the moon. With the Denver Broncos. Maybe he'll throw a pick. Maybe if Justin Simmons comes back, maybe he can throw him a arm punt.
Well, I think what you're gonna get, and I think Bubble Man has been on this from the very beginning, is the great Mile High Bubble. I think one thing that he's keyed in on, in my personal opinion, that no one is talking about is they're not going to be able to get away with some of the things that they had with Russell Wilson. I just don't think they're going to be able to get away with that political bullshit. That I just don't. I don't think they're going to, because they don't have a Russell Wilson on. They have Bo Nix.
They don't really need it because they got a tank for
Shadir Sanders.
Yeah, they got a tank for him. So that's what's important.
Or Manning or Carson Beck, one of the three.
Yeah, so you got to know your priorities. When the Walmart
our priorities in the Walmart Generals is PR, not player development, and going after that big splash quarterback move. And if the Denver Broncos, or the Walmart Generals, my apologies, if the Walmart Generals had the money this offseason, there would have been no doubt in my mind they would have went balls to the walls, tried to overpay to get Kirk Cousins.
Well, I'm sure they.
And that's if Kirk Cousins wanted to come here. I understand that, but they probably would have paid more than what the Falcons gave them.
Well, yes, they would have if they could have overpaid. But
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I want to get talking about how the draft and everything went versus the narrative. But first, I want to say this because I got to say this. So Sandy Cheeks, co-host, Sandy Clough. We call him Sandy Cheeks. Thank you, viewer, for that one.
Yes.
His co-host said the Broncos really haven't been losers for very long. I guess, if you're Detroit, I guess if that's what you're comparing your franchise to. Cleveland, if you're, but I'm comparing it to the Denver Broncos and the standard that used to be there. It's an eternity. Okay. We never was like this.
No. And you know what?
Except for the early AFL. I don't even know if the early AFL days were this bad.
You know how ironic that is? The part that they're not going to tell you is we're going down that path. That's the part they're not telling you. We're going down Detroit's path. We're going down Cleveland's path. We're going down the 90s Raiders. We're going down the 70 Buccaneers. That's the part that they won't tell you. Well, we haven't been losers for that long. You're starting to chugga choo-choo down that train down there.
Chugga choo-choo.
Yeah,
that guy, he faded away too, didn't he?
Yeah.
They just keep fading away.
Yeah, they do. Always.
Until the next round of Kool-Aid comes. So let's talk about the draft real quick, about what really happened.
Okay.
Now the narrative, the Kool-Aid, the propaganda coming out of Walmart General Land is that their sights was strictly on Bo Nix. It was the whole time. It was honed right in. Ahoy, ahoy! There she blows.
just before you get in on your roll, I have Broncos Avenue saying, and I quote, that the Sean Payton baited the Vikings to get J.J. McCarthy.
If you're a dumb Walmart General fan, you probably bought that hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it was well known in NFL circles, okay? All the NFL circles were saying the Denver Broncos were desperately trying to move up and get that number 3 and number 4, and they just didn't have what was necessary. But they tried, and they tried, and they tried. Then what happened? They realized they couldn't get him, and who did they go after in New York?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. That's when they realized they couldn't. Uh-oh.
And that was what, a couple of days before the draft, a week before the draft?
That was about a week before the draft. Yeah. They realized right there.
They knew it, and that's them telling you that we can't trade up.
I understand, of course, they absolutely were interested in Cousins and could not in any way compensate for it.
Well, they couldn't give him the money to.
They couldn't do it. So that wasn't even, yes, that was, and with George Payton, they had a connection right there.
Yep.
But they couldn't make it happen. So
why couldn't they make that happen? Because number one, they had the biggest dead cap hit in NFL history in Russell Wilson. They've overpaid for Garrett Bowles. They've overpaid for Randy Gregory. They've overpaid for
McClinchy.
They've overpaid
for Garrett Holds.
For Alex Singleton. They re-signed him to a 3-year deal. Makes no sense. Yeah. So, I mean, they just love overpaying. They overpaid for this great receiving core with Tim Patrick, who's injured all the time, with Cortland Sutton, who's been here for how long and hasn't really.
And what's more money? Money? No, there is not. They don't have a one play difference maker.
No, they don't.
They don't have a difference maker on this team. Not one. Not one.
Nope. They don't. No, they don't. That sucks, man.
So but it's but it's just good enough.
Yeah.
They're all just good enough.
I think this is going to be one of the worst seasons, and I think this could be I think this is going to be a massive train wreck.
I do too. I think doesn't look good.
I think it's going to be bad. I do. I think this is going to be a massive train wreck.
And I said to you, I said offline, I said the only way the Walmart Generals get anywhere close to what they did last year, they'd have to run into the same amount of luck. 5 turnovers on one team, a team that had too many people lined up on another win, minus their starting quarterbacks. They're going to have to run into the consistent luck that they ran into last year to get those wins, like they did last year. Lucking their way, just lucking their way. What was it in the Chicago game that came down to that last stupid throw by what's-his-face Fields?
Well, the Buffalo Bills, it took 12 men on the field.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm looking at all their wins and just shaking my head.
Yeah, it's like they were outright, it was just like all these flukes.
Well, I want to talk about last year, too. We were talking about how we were saying that this Russell Wilson experiment, then what happened? They went out and they got Sean Payton. And we said, well, he took the bribe because they were trying to get Harbaugh. They wanted Harbaugh. And he was like, and they went back. And he's like, look, this is the terms. Those guys got to go. Those people have been wrong for 9 years who don't know their fucking right nut from their left nut. They have to go. I don't know why that was so hard. And I think Harbaugh is going to teach you a lesson, owners, when it's all said and done. Maybe you should have listened to him. But we got Sean Payton, and what did we hear? They all came back they came out with their latest Kool-Aid. They got a fresh batch of Kool-Aid. And what was that fresh batch? Oh, he's going to get, you people don't know. He's going to get fat. You'll see. And we said, this is even more stupid. This is even more stupid than the Russell Wilson signing. Oh, you don't know. Well, I've got credentials. I've been in the NFL, and I've been playing at a high level, and I've been coaching at a high level. I know better than you. And Sean Payton, they're like 2 peas in a pot. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. We're 2 guys in a basement, and I'm telling you, Mister, I got NFL experience. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, and then what happened? Oh, Sean Payton ran basically, or the front. I don't think the front office ever really wanted Russell Wilson. Oh, we never wanted him anyway, right? We said too at the beginning of the Sean Payton, everybody's going to run him out of town. Russell Wilson saying we never wanted him to begin with, and that's exactly what happened. We were right again, as always. Our track record. You can go back and listen to the tapes. Nobody else said it. We said it. Nobody else did.
Yep.
All the people that were wrong, once again, never showed up. They evaporated. All these highly credentialed people.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can go ahead and blow us off all you want, and sponsors go out and pay for it because you know lying to people pays. That's what pays in this day and age. But we got a track record. We got videos up. Anybody can see it. And, Sean Payton, when he ran Russell Wilson out, we're like, what's the next thing? Another quarterback splash move. Yep, that happened. What happened? What draft are we going to see? Edges, corners, receivers, and what happened?
Running back.
Yeah, and then you know what I think is the alt running back, which made no sense because if there was one place they were decent at, it was in running back. They could have used somewhere. They could have used in the draft, even maybe that instead of getting the edge guy, get that middle linebacker like Harbaugh. Oh, but no.
They had 2 chances to get the best center in the draft, and
they could have got the best. But who cares? Bo Nix is Drew Brees. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. You Kool-Aid drinking Walmart General fan. You just believe everything they sell you. Just do it. Just believe it.
Yep.
Just believe it. So that's why I say we're going to hear the chants at some point, maybe not September, maybe in November, December will be, or maybe probably more like November, early November. We'll probably hear tank for
Shedeur Sanders.
Yep, just got to tank for him. Just got to do it. Got to tank. We're just going to be the Cleveland Browns all over again. The Walmart Generals. Yep. Just tank for the next big thing that comes down the turnpike. Those guys don't know those guys with the great track record. They don't know. I'm credentialed. I'm a former NFL. I played at a high level. I coached. They don't know. I've been wrong. I've always been wrong, but they don't know. And I'll disappear when everything goes south, like I always do. So, anyway. That's the latest thing we had to discuss. Just all this horse shit that's coming down, and just get ready to tank. That's all I can say. Get ready to tank.
Yep, get ready to kill Bo Nix, baby.
Yeah, and maybe Pittsburgh, or maybe if they play the Steelers, it will be in Pittsburgh. That's at least they deserve that. They deserve.
They do.
They deserve that. And if Russell Wilson has the game of his life, and they get laughed out of the stadium,
they take the Walmart Generals to the woodshed.
If they take them, if the Walmart Generals to the woodshed, I don't want to hear. Oh, that's another thing too. Oh, you guys cry and you guys cry. We don't cry anywhere near you guys who are ready to drum the next quarterback out of town, drum the next coach out of town, drum the next GM out of town. We do not cry anywhere at the level you guys cry. So you can take that stuff and shove it up your friggin' ass. So that's all I got for now.
That is well said, and I can't top that. So well said, Chopped Liver.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, Spock out.
All right, Kirk out.